Hello and welcome to the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC TV. We are in Bellflower at St. John Bosco High School as the Braves host a very good Serra Catholic basketball team. It's Trinity League action. When you get into the Trinity League, games are very competitive. Hello everybody, my name is Randy Rosenblum, set to call the play-by-play. This is the Professor, Paul Westfall. Paul, this one should be a beauty. These are two teams with winning records. Two teams that have aspirations of getting into the Open Division.
Oh, exactly right. And even though it's only game 2 of the Trinity League season, it's almost a must-win for Serra after they stubbed their toe on Wednesday night against Santa Margarita, because I think with the competitive nature of the Open Division this year, they're only going to take 2 teams out of the Trinity League. And, of course, you've got the big bad machine it's called Mater Dei that will certainly be a contender for the Open Division. So if Serra should fall to 0-2 in league as early as it is, could pose trouble for the Lions.
Well, the Lions have a great player in Ian Martinez. He averages over 20 a night.
Well, he is a special talent, kind of the quintessential two-guard. His skill set, he can shoot it from outside. He can take you off the dribble. He's got an outstanding vertical leap, and he's the kind of player that the Lions look to score in big moments.
Winton Brown is outstanding for St. John Bosco. He's just the kind of blue-collar player you'll love in a good starting five.
Yeah, on a really talented team, I think Brown is their best two-way player, a terrific perimeter defender. He's also the kind of guy who can get you 15 to 18 points sort of quietly on any given night. His presence will be huge tonight, especially against a guy like Martinez.
This should be interesting. It's the Lions against the Braves, back with the starting five and the tip-off right after this on KDOC.
No matter what size adventure you're into, it's better in a Hyundai. And introducing the Venue, the newest member of the Hyundai SUV family.
From the Golden Coast and rolling hills to iconic cityscapes, this is a getaway that begins the moment you step on board. Cruise along tracks that connect you to Southern California's top destinations and experience an unforgettable ride. When was the last time you were moved by a train? Embrace the journey with us and plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com.
Louie, you've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time, every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
It's hard being a smoker. I've heard all the lectures.
You know, you shouldn't smoke.
I know all the signs. I've seen all the faces. I know the money it costs me. But that doesn't change the fact that it's hard to quit.
The California Smokers Helpline. No judgments, just help. With free telephone counseling, text messaging, and more. All without lectures. Call 1-800-NO-BUTS or visit nobuts.org.
The Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Need a getaway? Getting there is half the fun when you travel by train. Visit PacificSurfliner.com. And by Wingstop. Open late, order online at wingstop.com. Serra Catholic, the Lions are 15-3. The Braves of St. John Bosco, the host school, 14-4. And our starting lineups are brought to you by Wingstop. Open late, order online at wingstop.com.
And for Serra Lions, it's Justin Williams, Max Bowman, Paxton Burzell, Ian Martinez, and Francesco Bora rounding out the starting lineup. For Keith Wilkinson in his second year as the head man, and for the St. John Bosco Braves, Lamage Lewis, Josh Camper, Winton Brown, Jeremiah Niarco, and Isaiah Holm. That's the starting lineup for Matt Dunn in his 5th year as the head man for the Braves.
Professor, you have the keys to the game.
Let's take a look for the visitors, Jay Serra, who played about as badly as they can play the other night against Santa Margarita in a loss. Just in time. Justin Williams is an outstanding point guard who just had an off night against Santa Margarita. I trust he'll be much better tonight because he's got all the skills, and they need more from Bora. Francesco Bora from Italy at 6'11 and 250, getting a lot of college looks. He too, everybody had an off night as far as that goes. For St. John Bosco, Home cooking. Isaiah Home plays so well in this building. I expect that he will shine again tonight in front of the home crowd. And then Happy Camper, when Josh Camper plays well, St. John Bosco plays well. He had 22 against St. Francis and Fairfax in victories. So he needs to get off to a good start for the Braves as well.
Bosco in white, Jay Serra in the dark uniform. This should be a lot of fun in the Trinity League, and the host Braves have the basketball for Lamage Lewis to bring it up. Working against Justin Williams. Home at the high post. Whitten Brown back out to Camper. 15 on the shot clock, and the Lions trap. Down low, Whitten Brown, the follow by Lewis.
Good patience by Bosco that entire possession. They didn't rush anything, and eventually a cut to the basket by Brown results in a putback opportunity for Lewis. St. John Bosco with a well-earned first 2 points.
They look inside, it's deflected out of bounds.
They're going to say last touch by the Braves, so it'll be Lions basketball. Jay Serra's defense played very well against Santa Margarita. When you hold a team to 45, you should win, but it's the offense that really struggled. I'll be curious to see if they try to get 34 Bora into the game early and often.
Working against Home, Bora scores beautifully with the left hand.
He can go either right or left. He's got very good footwork. He just seemed out of sorts against Santa Margarita the other night, as did almost everybody except Martinez, who had over half the points.
Whitten Brown facing up. Niarco with a nice dish to Brown. Can't find it, but it's deflected out of bounds by Jay Serra.
And of course, Bosco has so many weapons. They've got the good guards in Camper and Lewis, but they can score inside or out. Any one of 5 guys could lead this team in scoring tonight.
Beautiful defensive effort. Max Bowman with the deflection. Bowman, number 12 in the dark uniform. Very good three-point shooter. They call him a 3-and-D guy. He can shoot the 3, and he plays great D. Niarco in the paint. Out of bounds. Last touch by Paxton Burzell of Jay Serra.
Good challenge, though, by the Lions defense. They made Niarco's shot a lot tougher than I think Jeremiah felt it was going to be when he elevated. Just couldn't control the defensive rebound, and it's a new possession for the Braves.
St. John Bosco, its last 2 games, both overtime victories. Camper from the corner misses. The putback is nicely done by Brown, and Whitten's going to the free throw line.
One of the things Matt Dunn told me after their spine-tingling overtime win over Servite on Wednesday was that he worried that some nights they don't rebound as well as they should with their size and length. Well, they're going after it on the offensive glass. The first 2 possessions, they have gotten themselves a couple of second-chance opportunities. And this is a team that should dominate the glass with as many guys they have on the baseline.
Whitten Brown, what you love about him, the senior has improved each and every year here in Bellflower.
Yeah, he's a hard worker. I think at the next level at NAU, they're all going to be amazed at how he wound up in Flagstaff, because that's a good get for them, and I really like Whitten's two-way game.
Justin Williams is the setup guy. Number 3 is the quarterback. Bowman, the shooter on the wing. Martinez, 22, the star. Averages 23.5 a game. Williams from the perimeter. Bora battling inside, doing a nice job. Francesco Bora.
Yeah, he looks much more engaged tonight. He was playing against a guy for Santa Margarita who did really battle him, but he was a half a foot shorter. And Bora just didn't seem to be himself. He looks much more aggressive tonight.
Whitten Brown with the personal foul. And the Lions will set it up with a fresh clock. Bora on the baseline. Williams passes up the 3 ball. Martinez will take the jumper. Tipped out of bounds. It belongs to St. John Bosco.
But that's a good possession for the Lions. They made the extra pass. Martinez can score from anywhere on the court, and we're going to get some full court pressure defense, but it's just token pressure. They didn't really mean it.
Camper, a very composed point guard. Penetrates and pulls up. Neither team shooting well early. Williams puts it in overdrive. Bowman fails on the three. Both sides are ice cold.
Yeah, they certainly are. Of course, the defenses have a little bit something to do with that.
Home from outside. He can't connect. Martinez went up, got the rebound, and he's fouled.
You saw part of the impressive skill set of Ian Martinez, number 22 for Jay Serra. He's obviously can score the basketball, but he's got a marvelous vertical. And not only with his first jump, but he's very good with that second jump. Sometimes guys have to gather themselves. He's very quick off the floor and can rebound well for his size.
Jeremiah Niarco, sophomore, 6'9" product for St. John Bosco, picked up his first foul. And now they go down low again to Bora. Errant pass, wanted Bowman. Bora rushed that pass.
I thought he wanted Rosenblum there.
I was open.
You were, and you got that quick trigger.
Well, which team is going to start to knock down some shots? 4-2 early for the Braves. Lewis nearly lost the handle, and a duress from Williams. Brown can't get free. Camper does, and he's way offline, but it banked in for three.
Holy mackerel.
That wasn't close.
No. He missed it so bad he made it, but it counts all the same, and it's a 5-point lead for the Braves.
Bora, who has the two for Jay Serra, walks inside against the double team, and a tough start for the visiting Lions.
Yeah, they're playing with great intensity, but I think that time Bora would have been better suited once the double came. Pick it up and dish it. Little inside-out action wouldn't have hurt there, and he's going to have a seat. They're going to go a little bit smaller. Number 10, Alpha Chibambe.
Chibambe's physical, got a terrific basketball body, will give them that physicality that they're looking for.
Yeah, he's an exciting prospect. The first time he touched the ball against Santa Margarita, I think he drop-stepped and dunked it. But he's just a sophomore and still learning, but his upside is large.
Jay Serra foul on Justin Williams, his first. Niarco fails with the jump shot, and here's Ian Martinez looking to get it started. The rejection beautifully by Niarco as Paxton Burzell went up. Williams took an extra step, but before that he was held.
Yeah, a little bit of a hand check there. Good call. Jay Serra's going to need to hit something from outside in order to loosen things up.
5-point lead. He didn't call it, but Camper will take the three on KDOC.
I can't believe that's really the APR.
I gotta tell you, that's a great deal, or it looks like you could drive away with some serious cash in your pocket.
That?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta say, I do like cash in my pocket.
I know.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, either way, it's a great deal.
We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Louis, you've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time, every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
How those things get up there? I don't know. They're just kind of floating up there. Yeah, like magic. Yeah.
We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Tonight's Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Travel by train to Southern California's top destinations. Book today at PacificSurfliner.com. Jay Serra's coming off a woeful shooting performance when they lost 45-43 at home to Santa Margarita. And early in this one, Professor, other than a Bora goal, that's it. They're shooting very poorly again.
Yeah, of course, part of that is due to some stingy defense from the Braves, who are very long at most every position. But Jay Serra, I think they just need the ball to go in the basket and relax a little bit. Martinez has only had one opportunity. That was from the corner. And this man right here, Justin Williams, he's a really talented point guard. I think if he can penetrate and dish, they might find some open shots.
Bombay picking it back out. Bowman's jumper, that's not close, but the rebound is. It's up and good, and a three-point opportunity for Ian Martinez. That's a great job following up inside.
Yeah, Bowman obviously didn't intend to miss everything, but it worked out for Jay Serra because Martinez was in the right place at the right time. And as I mentioned, he's a very quick leaper. He'll get off the floor before you will, and that time drew the foul in the and one opportunity. Just what the doctor ordered for Keith Wilkinson and the Lions, who have really struggled for the first 4 minutes.
Three-point play for Martinez, the Utah commit. And that cuts it to 7-5, and we do expect a highly competitive game. Most of the contests in the Trinity League go down to the wire. And for the first time, we see Randy Ovalle enter. He wears 14 in white. And Chi Bombay knocked it away from him.
Yeah, Ovalle, a very skilled offensive player, the 6'7" sophomore, and Coach Dunn told me he will play as long as he continues to play strong on the defensive end of the court, which he has done so far. Just became eligible after the 30-day sit.
Niarco made the move to the goal and was fouled. It is physical inside. There's no question about it. When you get into league action, these teams know one another. They know the athletes on the other side, and they will get very aggressive. Another whistle. And another foul.
I think they're going to get Hugo Clarkin, who just came into the game, for a little extra push on the inbound pass. Hugo, a 7-footer on his way to San Jose State.
Christian Estrada is also in for St. John Bosco, number 23, a 6'7" forward. Another miss. Lions had it knocked away by Niarco. Williams pass, and with 2:54 left in the opening quarter, St. John Bosco up by 2. And despite how poorly Jay Serra has shot, as Camper returns, a 2 for a tie and a 3 for the lead for the Lions.
Exactly, and it's, while the shooting hasn't been particularly on target, the defense has been. Every shot is contested because most of the shots have come from inside the arc. I think the first team that can knock down a couple from beyond the arc should open up some passing and driving lanes, but so far that has been a mystery, except for that banked shot by Camper, which he didn't mean to do. That's been the only outside shot of the ballgame.
Clarkin posting up against Holm, who uses the body to fend him off. And Martinez can't get free against Randy Ovalle, but again we have another foul, and we've seen a lot of that. That's the physicality of a conference game, an important game early in the season.
Yeah, you'll see nice entry pass to Clarkin, but Holm just got caught bumping him a little bit around the waist, and Isaiah didn't like the call much, but Jay Serra with a fresh 35.
5th team foul against the Braves, 4 against Jay Serra. From the corner, they're searching for the lead, and Williams fails. And an errant pass thrown behind Winton Brown, tossed straight out of bounds by Hunter Richardson.
Rare mistake for Richardson, one of the really smart basketball players on this Braves team, and he wanted to get, maybe if you can get something going in transition, you don't have to try to attack this tenacious half-court defense for both teams, but an errant pass gives it back to Jay Serra with a chance once again to tie or take the lead. 2 minutes in, and we've had about 4 made baskets.
Clarkin couldn't handle the pass from Martinez. Richardson back the other way. The layup is gorgeous by Hunter Richardson.
Wow, degree of difficulty about a 9.5 there for Richardson, but he was able to absorb a little bit of contact and soft scoop off the glass. That's the best shot of the night so far.
Hornung, who's entered number 30. This is Clarkin. So a new cast of characters around Martinez.
Jay
This is
Serra.
Peralta on the base.
The Lions will play. They played 11 against Santa Margarita. I imagine they'll do about the same tonight.
Clarkin is derailed beautifully by Holm. Are they going to get him for the foul on the arm? A late call, and it's going against Holm.
Oh, gosh, and Isaiah somewhat beside himself there. We'll see it again. Clarkin going up strong, which is good to see. Holm met him at the apex, but I guess bumped him down below, and Hugo will go to the line to shoot a pair.
7 feet, 205 pounds, senior lefty. Smart basketball player, has a jump hook, so if they can get it to him in the paint, he has that ability to hook over any of the defenders.
Yeah, he has a soft touch. You can see that on his free throw form. Sometimes big guys throw some rocks up there, but he's got a nice soft touch, good rotation, but that one well off.
Cleared by Winton Brown. Braves by 3. Another reverse try. That one came up a little bit short. And Peralta back the other way for Jay Serra.
Isaac, the transfer from Mater Dei, wasn't going to play much this year with Devin Askew manning the position for Gary McKnight's Monarchs.
Devin Askew will be here next week playing for the Monarchs. We'll have that game against St. John Bosco.
I think they're going to get 3 seconds on Horning. He wanted to make a pass once he penetrated into the paint, and the passing lane closed immediately, so he was kind of stuck in no man's land and gets the 3-second call. The captain, Horning, will sit.
Moore and Williams return for Jay Serra. 9-6 for St. John Bosco. Just under a minute to play in the opening quarter. Ovalle short, rebound Bora. Both teams playing excellent defense, and there's a great case of it. Boy, that was a terrific job by Ovalle finding the passing lane and stealing the ball.
Yeah, really good anticipation. And that one wasn't pretty, but they'll take
Lewis
it.
will take it, yeah. Hit the iron and just died and went through.
Put some air in that basketball.
11-6 Braves. Clarkin against the double team. Williams was open for a second. 20 on the shot clock, 23 on the game clock. Martinez drops in a triple. Ian Martinez.
Jay Serra struggled against the Santa Margarita 3-2 zone just almost inexplicably. They didn't seem to have any answer for that. This time the Bosco zone solved by a good inside-out pass. Martinez with the jumper.
Camper at the buzzer. A little bit short. And Jay Serra with Ian Martinez getting the old-fashioned 3. The nailing of 3 comes roaring back. It's 11-9 for St. John Bosco. Hunter Richardson with a gorgeous delivery.
Performance meets efficiency in the 2019 Nissan Altima, featuring the world's first BC turbo engine that can adapt in an instant to give you power when you want it and fuel efficiency when you need it. This is 2 engines in 1. This is Nissan Intelligent Mobility. Get a low $199 per month lease or get 0% financing for 36 months on the 2020 Nissan Altima.
Smart speaker, play smooth jazz playlist. Smart speaker, play easy listening smooth jazz playlist.
Internet down.
Smart speaker, play easy listening smooth jazz playlist.
Internet down.
Your home is only as smart as your internet. AT&T Internet is fast and reliable, even during peak times. Get consistently fast speeds for $40 a month. Call 1-877-ONLY-ATT.
Chris, what are you doing? Saving our lives.
Ah, I wish he hadn't said that. Now I'm kind of rooting against him.
Family Guy, tonight at 10 on KDOC TV, Los Angeles.
The Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Need a getaway? Getting there is half the fun when you travel by train. Visit PacificSurfliner.com. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Toyotathon is on. Get incredible year-end savings on a reliable new Toyota. There's Justin Williams. What do they need to get that point guard going?
Well, I think he just needs to penetrate. He has all the physical skills. He's got size, length, lateral quickness. He needs a little better outside shot. but he's had a tough time getting inside in order to drive and kick.
Martinez had an opportunity there. Got close to the cup and just tossed it up a little bit too strong. Lamage Lewis, number 10, can really stuff the stat sheet for St. John Bosco. They like him, and this is Niarco off balance, the soft shot. The big fella can shoot the pill.
He really does have great offensive skills. He's got soft hands, he's got really good footwork, and when he shoots it, it's a very soft touch. We've seen him bounce a couple of them in, and that time it was just because of that soft touch that one was able to fall.
Bora down low. Yeah. Get a little bit too strong, and Niarco clears.
Well, Estrada, a very physical player, bumped him a couple of times, and Coach Wilkinson in front of us wants the call on that. He doesn't want to let Estrada bump his 7-footer around.
Another jumper from range, and it's tipped in by Lewis. That's stat stuffer, a rebound and a basket. Boy, he's a beautiful basketball player around the goal.
Yeah.
Lamage Lewis.
Yeah, he can score from anywhere, and he's a quiet double-figure kind of scorer.
Martinez raising up and knocking down another mid-range jump shot. He's got 8.
He has all the skills. Going to be a great player at Utah. He's got everything you want in a 2-guard.
Yeah, Keith Wilkinson, his head coach, is convinced he's going to play someday in the NBA. And a great look to Williams, who lays it in. And maybe that'll get Justin Williams going.
Good point, Randy. I was just thinking the same thing. That young man for a game and a quarter has just not had a lot of good things happen, and he's a very good player. So maybe that gets Justin Williams started just to see the ball go through the basket on the run out.
That was the best transition of the night for Jay Serra. Beautiful open court fast break. 2-point lead, St. John Bosco. Niarco on the baseline, hits. I like his game. He's a young, talented performer.
Oh, he certainly is, and he understands that he's got a little bit of size and length against Burzell, the guy he's playing against. So if he's patient, as he was that time, and doesn't rush his footwork, he should be able to get that mid-range every time. Oh, I think
it is physical inside. No place for the faint of heart.
And I think Coach Wilkinson lobbied for that call. Estrada was trying to 3-quarter the entry pass into Bora, and I thought he did a pretty nice job of getting around him for the steal, but the referee called the foul against Estrada, and I think Coach Wilkinson's cajoling on that previous non-call might have got him one there. Oh, my goodness gracious.
I guess the bank is open tonight. We've seen one at each end. There's Matt Dunn in his 5th year. He's done a terrific job with the St. John Bosco program.
And, of course, had great success at Damien, where he was there for 12 years, had a CIF title and a state title with the Spartans.
Bosco has the ball and a 3-point lead. 5:35 to play before intermission. With the professor, I'm Randy Roseman. Thrilled you're with us on our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC. Estrada to Lewis. He shot too strong. Rebound Brown. He puts it up and draws the foul. Terrific job again by Winton Brown, and he always seems to have that great work ethic.
He has great timing on the offensive glass as well. That time the 2 Jay Serra Lions jumped a little prematurely. Brown knew where that ball was going to come off and positioned himself perfectly. With the quick putback effort, gets himself a 2-shot opportunity. I really like his game, and he's gotten better every year, which you love to see. But I think if they're going to go a ways in the Trinity League, Winton Brown's going to be a real key element to that.
And oh, by the way, when you think of the Trinity League, it's been a league dominated by Mater Dei over the years, but it is St. John Bosco that is the reigning champions of the Trinity League. So they look at this as, hey, this is our terrain, that we're going to win this title again this year. Off to a good start, leading here by 5 and 1-0 in the league. For Jay Serra, they dropped a surprising game at home to Santa Margarita. They need this game in the league. Bora throws that up off the glass, no good. Here come the Braves.
Wasted a really good bounce pass. Had a good opportunity there, just rushed it a touch.
Chi Bombay from behind fouled Niarco, an easy play to call. Official Michael Lewis with the call. Working with Ronald Warren and Kari Hervey tonight. Good officiating crew in the Trinity League.
Just the 6th-team foul, so no shots there.
Holm is pressured and lost it to Williams. Williams in overdrive to Martinez for 3. He hits Ian Martinez. He has 11 of the 17.
Well, he had 23 of their 43 against Santa Margarita, and he's prone to having a lot of their percentage of their points. But that was orchestrated well by Williams. He knew who was trailing him.
Jay Serra extending their defense. When you do that, you can drop it inside, and a guy like Winton Brown can do damage.
Well, Martinez allowed him way too deep into the post, and then with that length advantage that Brown has with the long arms, just a nice soft baby hook got the job done.
Yeah, the offense is beginning to come alive, and one of the reasons is this guy, Ian Martinez, suddenly lighting it up. 14 on the night.
He has the ability to score 10, 15 and a quarter.
And Camper has the ability to get to the cup. Great drive and goal for Camper. 3:55 left in the opening half. Suddenly the teams are knocking down shots. And certainly Ian Martinez is very, very good.
Guacamole double cheeseburger from Carl's Jr. is back for only $299.
It's $2.99. We forgot the decimal point.
Only $2.99? The guacamole double deal is back for only $2.99 at Carl's Jr.
From the Golden Coast and rolling hills to iconic cityscapes, this is a getaway that begins the moment you step on board. Cruise along tracks that connect you to Southern California's top destinations and experience an unforgettable ride. When was the last time you were moved by a train? Embrace the journey with us and plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com.
The guacamole double cheeseburger from Carl's Jr. is back for only $299.
It's $2.99. We forgot the decimal point.
Only $2.99? The guacamole double deal is back for only $2.99 at Carl's Jr.
Taking a quick look at the Trinity League standings after only one game, you can see why this game is so important to Jay Serra. I think they'll only get 2 out of the league because of the reputation and the talent as far as the open division consideration. And if Jay Serra falls tonight, they will have 2 losses. But look at those overall records, and these teams aren't playing the KDOC All-Stars for Pete's sake. They're going all over the state and all over the country playing top-level competition, and the worst record in the league is 9-7 by the Santa Margarita Eagles. This is as good a league as any in the state.
Tonight's Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC TV is presented by Wingstop. Open late, order online at wingstop.com. Now, Professor, I rarely disagree with you, but I think the KDOC All-Stars could be pretty good. I saw our crew shoot around early today, and they were hitting shots.
Outstanding. I worry about us on the defensive end, though.
Well, that's another story, isn't it? Terrific job by Lewis to knock it out of harm's way. Deflected out of bounds, and it'll go to St. John Bosco.
Yeah,
Lewis forcing the turnover.
Yeah, I think that went off Williams' foot, and that's a good call by our officiating crew.
Yeah, Ronald Warren with the call, and he's the lead official tonight. As we noted earlier, this is an excellent threesome working the game. Lewis will back it up. Camper, always under control, but he is double-teamed and pressured, looking for an outlet. And he finds Ovalle, Randy Ovalle, who had 16 points in their last overtime game. Home from outside. Comes up short. Winton Brown claims the rebound.
Always in the right place is number 5.
Brown looks for the 3, can't get it. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Bora of Jay Serra.
Because of the defensive intensity on both sides, I think all of the shooters are rushing just a touch. Brown didn't need to be quite as quick there. He had some space for one of the few times in the evening.
Ovalle raising up and dropping it in. And again, he's coming off a 16-point performance in the overtime victory, 71-67 at Servite.
You had better stay connected to him and make him penetrate and score with contact, because if you allow him just to rise up unencumbered, he's going to make it.
Justin Williams had a good look in the paint. That's a wonderful drive and finish by Lamage Lewis. He can score with either hand.
Yeah, very, very skilled player that time. Hung in the air while everyone else, gravity took over. Lewis was still up there, and the soft bank shot goes in. Biggest lead of the game for the Braves.
Nolan Bell, number 20, in for the Lions. who need to look to this guy. That's the way you get the lead cut back. You get it to 22, Ian Martinez, who has been brilliant. He has 16 of their 22.
And a perfect pass from Justin Williams. There wasn't much of a window there to get it into Martinez, and a snuff from Bora.
Yeah, they've gone big with Bora in the lineup with Clarkin. So that gives him a 6'11 player in Bora and a 7-footer in Hugo Clarkin. So there's a big wall up for Jay Serra. 28-22. St. John Bosco, for a moment, extended to an 8-point lead before the Martinez layup. Of course, Ian Martinez is fully capable of keeping him in the game literally by himself. And he forces the tie-up. Martinez on defense getting the job done. It'll stay at that end. Arrow indicates St. John Bosco basketball.
But a good job that time of forcing Ovalle to put it on the deck and try to score from the mid-range inside the arc that time after he couldn't shoot his initial idea, which was to rise up and shoot it from about 18. They force a held ball situation by getting on the ground.
Final minute 40 of the half. Braves would love to extend the advantage. Certainly Jay Serra wants to cut it down before intermission.
Nice job by Brazel that time to stay connected to Ovalle, and this time on the switch, fouls Lewis, 30 feet from the basket, and that'll be the 1+1.
Yep, 17 foul. So it's 1-1 at both ends of the building. Elijah Lewis to the charity stripe. He averages double digits a night. And a tremendous December for this team. And he earns the bonus. I really like this guy's game. He very consistent, solid every night. And he gives you numbers.
Yeah, I mean, he's between 12 and 18 pretty much every time out. Pretty good free throw shooter, excellent rebounder, long arm defender. Next year, I think he'll be recruited by many.
Chi Bombay in for Paxton Burzel.
Important 92 seconds here for Jay Serra. They're down 8. If they can cut that down by even a basket or more, they'll feel pretty good about themselves going into the half. But if they fall behind by double figures, then St. John Bosco might be tough to deal with.
Peralta, tough off-balance shot, couldn't connect. And the Braves come back the other way. Braves defense has been very good tonight. Camper from downtown, Josh Camper. And suddenly it's a double-digit lead, an 11-point advantage for the host Braves. Inside of a minute to play in the opening half. Martinez down low to Bora, Chi Bombay, and Peralta. Martinez, he's looking for that shot, raising up. It's a good job by St. John Bosco making it difficult for Ian Martinez to get a clean look.
Excellent on-ball defense by Hunter Richardson, because Martinez is a tough cover when he still has his dribble alive, and Richardson did as well as he could to force Martinez into a difficult shot. But the Lions get bailed out on a push as far as the Braves going after the defensive rebound. Chi Bombay will get a chance to cut into that 11-point deficit.
Winton Brown picks up his second foul as Chi Bombay goes to the charity stripe. And he's not close with the foul shot.
Clarkin going to get called for the push on the other end.
And then you go shoot fouls for St. John Bosco. That's not the kind of foul you want coming over the back like that. You can see that head coach Keith Wilkinson in his second year did a remarkable job at the club last year. They went 22-8. He just went for a walk after that foul, displeased with what's going on.
Yeah, I think he's really disgusted with the last 45 seconds here. There's a good look at Keith, who played at Capo Valley for Brian Mulligan and then at USC.
And Chi Bombay drops the rebound out of bounds. It's been a difficult first half for Jay Serra.
Wow, hockey substitution.
Well, the offensive guys are coming back in for Matt Dunn. He knows he's got another possession.
Yeah.
There's 35.5 seconds left in the half. They can work this all the way down if they want to. They have a cushion of 11. They played a sparkling last 4 minutes.
Good show that time by Clarkin, because Camper, I think, had designs on that high screen and roll to penetrate, but Clarkin cut him off. Now they'll try, I think, once it gets to about 10, expect to see St. John Bosco go a little bit more toward the basket right about now.
Lane violation against Chibambe.
Wow.
That'll turn it over to...
I think they got Niarco for 3 seconds.
Chibambe was on defense against Niarco.
Right. And that kind of squashed any last-second plan that Matt Dunn had. Here's one of my favorite guys coming in for the Braves, number 2, Ray King, 5'8" freshman. This should be interesting.
He's feisty on defense.
He is.
Final 6 seconds. Martinez, they need a goal, and he's the go-to guy. They double team him. Bowman in the corner. It counts. The 3 ball, the first big make of the night for Max Bowman. Much needed for Jay Serra.
Big time. He's their best shooter, and he's been in a little bit of a slump, but a nice job by Martinez to find him in the corner, and he buries it at the buzzer.
Lions are within 8 at the break on KDOC.
Alex?
Yes.
Shakey's Pizza?
Yes.
Make new friends with Shakey's Dinner for Two. Right now, just $15.99. Shakey's. Share the good times.
We tried to get the politicians to deal with the problem, but they wouldn't. So we took it to the voters and forced big tobacco to pay its share of healthcare costs. We fought oil companies for new clean air laws and closed $1 billion corporate tax loophole to fund public schools. By going directly to the people, we got results. That's not something you see a lot of from Washington these days. I'm Tom Steyer, and I approve this message. Let's make change happen.
So I said, I don't know, but let me get up there and give it a shot. See what happens. You know what I mean?
Wait, hold on. Check this out.
Wow. That's a good-looking truck.
No, that's a good-looking deal.
Yeah, but this is a ton of truck for the money.
I mean, no one builds a tougher truck.
Power, performance, this Toyota's got it.
And with an offer like that, this baby's mine.
Yeah, okay, maybe. We'll see.
No, we saw and it's mine.
Okay.
We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Yeah, I'm here for the audition.
Which audition? The music video, the horror movie, the exercise tape, or the infomercial?
Yeah. Well.
Seinfeld, tonight at 11 on KDOC TV, Los Angeles.
Alex?
Yes.
Shakey's Pizza?
Yes.
Make new friends with Shakey's Dinner for Two. Right now, just $15.99. Shakey's. Share the good times.
Max Bowman, a 48% three-point specialist, knocked down a big triple for Jay Serra as the first half concluded. Instead of being back by 11, the Lions trail by 8. St. John Bosco playing some beautiful team defense throughout much of the first half. And the orchestrator of that defense is the coach. Of course, the coach is standing by with the professor. So let's hear from the coach and the professor.
I'm with St. John Bosco head coach Matt Dunn. And Matt, you've played a rigorous schedule. We had you last at the Classic at Damien. How has playing such a tough non-league schedule prepared you for the rigors of the Trinity?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we think of the Trinity League as possibly the best league in the country. And I think there's a fine art of scheduling. I think you don't want to schedule too tough and all of a sudden you go into league with no confidence, but you also have to schedule in a way that gives you a chance to play games at this level. And we've tried to do that, and I think it's been successful. Our schedule has ended up being incredible. I think we've played 7 or 8 games against the top 10 teams in the LA Times rankings, and we hope that gets ready for games like tonight.
Now, you're a contender for the Open Division again after making it last year. Do you think 8 is enough? Is 16 too many? What are some of the thoughts that coaches have on the makeup of the Open Division?
Well, I'm certainly somebody who wants to play in the Open Division, and I think that's that's like one of the goals of our program. And so, the more the merrier. I was actually a part of a proposal to CIF that we tried to get more teams into the Open, and there's a lot of things that go into it. But I think especially this year, there are so many teams that are playing at a really high level. It's in some ways it's a bummer. There's been some really, really good teams left out of the Open, which I guess makes the other divisions stronger. But for somebody who would like to play against the very best all the time, I would love to see it go to 12 or even back to 16 where it was. I always liked it when we had 16, and I think it gives all of us a chance to compete against the best.
Well, this year I'd have to agree with you. And we know come selection time, St. John Bosco is going to be right in the discussion. Thanks for the time, Matt.
Thank you.
Matt Donegan has done a sensational job here at St. John Bosco. He's got the team at 14-4 and has got them leading at the break against a very good Serra Catholic squad that is 15-3. There's a great offensive rebound basket by Lamage Lewis. Bora with the layup there. We're going to come back, have more highlights and stats for you when we come back to Bellflower on our Game of the Week presented by Pacific Surfliner on KDOC.
Hey, little dude, stay away from water or wet grass near any downed wire. Call 911.
Mom!
That went well.
Stay alert, stay safe.
Let me tell you what I got to say. Feels like I got it made. I got a smile on my face. It don't get any better. Feel it all around me. Right.
No matter what size adventure you're into, it's better in a Hyundai. And introducing the Venue, the newest member of the Hyundai SUV family.
Louie, you've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Whoa. Look out for the downed wire. Stay away, call 911. Hashtag pay attention. You got any nuts?
Stay alert, stay safe.
At the break, the Braves by 33-25. Neither team shot well early. St. John picked up the tempo. Serra was paced by E. Has 16 of their 25. But they're not in here at Bosco. You got to be careful because Serra, if they can get a few more players involved, like that Max Bowman 3 at the end of the half, certainly the Lions have a shot on the road.
Well, that was huge because they were having all kinds of trouble getting anybody else involved except for number 22, Martinez. But St. John Bosco had just more contributions from more players, resulting in that 8-point advantage.
One of them, Lamage Lewis, leads them with 10 points. There's Martinez, and he was the guy for Serra. And the block by Diarco, and he's fully capable of doing that.
Yeah, that's about the only easy basket that Serra got the entire first half. Everything else came very, very difficultly, while St. John Bosco was able to get better penetration, better shots. They came from a lot closer than the Serra shots that came contested and from distance.
It is fun to watch 22 play, although he played a little bit of matador defense there against Camper. How about this guy? Randy Ovalle knocking down the jump shot, the new guy from the Dominican Republic.
Well, he's going to be such a big factor for the rest of the season for Coach Dunn. He gives them one more wing scorer on those nights when maybe some of the other guys aren't hitting. Ovalle is pretty much instant offense.
And there's the Bowman key hit right before intermission, which must have lifted the spirits certainly for Serra when they went back into the locker room. We're going to return to St. John Bosco. The Braves in Trinity League action, leading Jay Serra by 8. This is our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC.
A better grip right when you need it. The 2020 Nissan Altima has tech you can't get in a quarter Camry, like available intelligent all-wheel drive. This is instant confidence. This is Nissan Intelligent Mobility. Get a low $199 per month lease or get 0% financing for 36 months on the 2020 Altima.
Cruise along tracks that connect you to Southern California's top destinations and experience an unforgettable ride. When was the last time you were moved by a train? Plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com.
The Turkey Del Taco is back, made with fresh, hand-grated ingredients, double the great-tasting seasoned turkey, and 40% less fat. Now get 2 for just $3. The Turkey Del Taco, one more way to eat well with Del.
The Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Need a getaway? Getting there's half the fun when you travel by train. Visit PacificSurfliner.com. And by Wingstop. Open late, order online at wingstop.com.
We've got a little trivia question for you tonight, just due to the fact that he's in the building. Who is the only player in Subsection history to be in the top 5 in both career scoring and career rebounding? Give you a couple seconds to think about that. I know the answer, and it's not me or Randy Rosenblum.
Well, you are the professor. You know just about everything.
I'm not so sure about that. But nonetheless, we're going to tell you who the player that answers that question is. He happens to be sitting on the Jay Serra sideline. And there he is, one of my favorite players of all time in Southern California, Taylor King, from modern day, 2-time CIF Player of the Year, McDonald's All-American, went on to play college ball at Duke and Villanova, played professionally in Europe and South America. Taylor is the only player in the top 5 in both career scoring and rebounding. He's number 3 in both categories. Taylor King, one of my all-time favorites, now trying to impart all of that basketball knowledge to these Jay Serra Lions.
Very cordial, very friendly when we came into the building. Happy to see us. We were happier to see him and all those numbers that he put up.
Just a great guy and an amazingly talented player for Gary McKnight's teams. They won a lot of games when Taylor King was there.
Well, with him in that huddle, his team back here by 8. What do you expect to see from the visiting Lions?
I think they have to try to get someone else involved. Now, if Justin Williams can figure out a way to get past his defender and drive and kick, they've got competent shooters, but the length of St. John Bosco makes it difficult. I think all the Jay Serra shooters have rushed themselves here in the first half, and we'll see if they can just calm down a little bit. Defensively, Bosco is very difficult because they do move their feet very well laterally, and a lot of length on that squad. Even if the guys aren't particularly tall, they seem to have long arms. But if Jay Serra is going to get going here in the second half, I think you're going to have to get it from Williams and Bowman, and maybe a contribution from one of the bigs, Bora or Clarkin, has to be able to impose their will a little bit in the paint.
Lions have it first. Of course, Bora got the first basket of the game, but we haven't heard a lot since. He tries inside and misses, but a rare second opportunity. Martinez, oh, that's a great dish to Bora, and one. It was Ian Martinez that made the play. The bench loved it, and Bora finished it.
Well, I think they know that if this man, number 34, plays his game, that makes them so much better. And you're right, Randy, a beautiful drive and dish to Bora, who went up strong. He knew he was going to get some contact, and he was able to play through the contact and get the bucket, just couldn't get the three-point play. But that's a great start for Jay Serra.
So they get the 3 at the buzzer at the end of the half, get the first bucket of the second half, and now get a takeaway. And Martinez had it pilfered away by Camper. Lewis, he didn't finish. And you can see a sense of urgency, a sense of purpose for Jay Serra.
some toughness exhibited there. Just a great play by Camper, prevented a 2-0 run out, but then Burzell, I like what Paxton Burzell brings to this team. He doesn't really care if he shoots it, but he is a tough guy in the paint, both on the offensive and defensive glass. Came up with a loose ball there.
Burzell to Williams, and they're looking to play through Bora. And he looks to Bowman, tried the reverse layup. It didn't fall, but he's going to the free throw line to shoot 2.
A good off-the-ball cut by Max Bowman, because Bora looked like he was headed for his own shot on the baseline, but Bowman never quit on the play. Cut all the way down the baseline, got himself into a good position to receive the bounce pass. And Jay Serra has come out with, I think, just a little bit more urgency than they showed the last 4 minutes of the second quarter. They just didn't look like they were quite focused on the task at hand.
Lead shaved to 4, and I would imagine that Keith Wilkinson was animated in the locker room speaking to his guys, because they're playing a lot harder at both ends. Home for 3, not close. Rebound, Niarco, and he's fouled. Hit on the arm by Paxton Burzell.
Niarco so talented, able to find where that miss by Holm was going to go, and he just beat Burzell, who's a good rebounder. He beat Paxton to the basketball, and then the quick second jump got himself a 2-shot opportunity. I think this young man's going to be a terrific player, just a sophomore. He's got a chance to be really good by the time he finishes, if he just listens to Coach Dunn and continues to work on the things that he's a little bit deficient at.
Just a raw talent, but what you like about Niarco, even though he missed that foul shot, he can knock down shots. He's got a good medium range game.
Yeah, he surely does, and you see it out there. He's good from 15 feet and in.
Lead is but 5, and Bowman looking for another 3. Chi Bombay couldn't control the rebound, and Camper back the other way for the Braves. Home with a good look. He's been off with his jump shot tonight. Here comes Williams, 2-on-1 with Bowman, who puts it in. Beautiful fast break basketball by Jay Serra. And look at that scoreboard, that 11-point lead reduced to 3.
There's the speed and quickness from Justin Williams. First, he beat all the Braves to the basketball in the backcourt and then never slowed down, and a perfectly timed bounce pass to Bowman for the finish. Foul off the ball.
Foul against Jay Serra.
I think they got it on Bora
yeah,
for
they did.
a push.
It was Francesco Bora. That's his first foul of the night. This is Hunter Richardson, who had that spectacular layup in the first half. Brown out of the corner is short. And Chi Bombay with a good rebound.
You saw his athleticism there. That jump was, while everybody else was glued to the ground.
Williams to Bombay. A 3 could tie it, but they're going through Bora down low. Kicks it back out. Williams with a great save.
Good catch there indeed.
But a bad pass.
Oh.
Although there might have been in the arm in the back of Bora.
That's what they're going to call against Holm, and Isaiah is upset about it. That bails out Jay Serra. The idea was good by Bora on the inside-out action, but the pass, as we take a look at our officials, Ronald Warren, Michael Lewis, and Kari Hervey, who have done a nice job. Trinity League games are not easy to officiate, because much like the Big Ten in basketball, you're going to have a lot of physicality.
Martinez, that's great defense from Winton Brown, but he got it back and attacks the rim. Before the shot, before the dunk by Chi Bombay, there was a foul on St. John Bosco. But again, when Ian Martinez goes to the basket, good things happen.
Yeah, he's going to draw a lot of defensive attention, and if his teammates are aware, they should find themselves in an advantageous position. But what a good play by Winton Brown. Those long arms, very seldom does Martinez get his shot blocked.
Chi Bombay shooting the ball and doing it beautifully over Christian Estrada. And it's a 1-point basketball game with 5:10 to play in the third. St. John Bosco clinging to a precarious lead.
Good job by Bowman to stop the penetration of Camper.
Lewis raising up, and he hits from 15. Lamage Lewis. Timeout on the court. Lamage Lewis has a dozen. 4:55 left, third quarter. Jay, Serra, and Bosco now are going toe-to-toe, a heavyweight fight in the Trinity League.
Let me tell you what I got to say. Feels like I got it made. I got a smile upon my face. It don't get any better. Feeling all around me. I'm right.
No matter what size adventure you're into, it's better in a Hyundai. And introducing the Venue, the newest member of the Hyundai SUV family.
Louis, you've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Seinfeld, tonight at 11 on KDOC TV, Los Angeles.
Well, we've seen a different Jay Serra team here in the third quarter, chopping that lead down at 1-1 before we had the Lamage Lewis goal. But Jay Serra, a sense of purpose here in the third.
Yeah, if I had to guess, maybe some of the paint has peeled off the walls of the Jay Serra locker room, because Keith Wilkinson's a really nice guy and he was very helpful to us. But he was mad at about the 3-minute mark of the second quarter because they just seemed to have lost their focus a bit. And I would have to guess his halftime rhetoric was fairly spicy.
I would like to hear that halftime speech. Not on the air, but I'd like to hear it. Everything's recorded nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Bowman on the wing, dumping it down low to Bora. The left-hand hook fails, and there's Winton Brown taking down still another rebound.
Once
He's
again,
the chairman of the glass, isn't he, Winton Brown?
Once again in the right place at the right time. And now Lewis got a much-needed basket for St. John Bosco just before the timeout.
Chi Bombay with a near steal.
If I'm Bosco, I would try to go back to number 10. It looks like he's feeling it tonight. He had 10 at the half, and like I say, he got a basket when they were really struggling. I might run something to try to get Lamage Lewis another open look.
And of course, if you're St. John Bosco, you've played 2 consecutive overtime games. They're used to close calls, and they've won the last 2. Brown flipping it up, drawing the foul.
Creative play by Winton Brown that time as he sliced between defenders, and then when they rose up to stop what they thought was going to be a mid-range jump shot, a little scoop shot, nearly got him an and one, but he'll shoot a pair.
Bora picks up his second, third team foul. The consistent and solid senior Winton Brown back at the charity stripe.
Important possession for Jay Serra here, Randy, because they've worked so hard to cut it down to 1, but now it's back up to 5, and a miss and a make could turn out to be, suddenly you're looking at another large deficit.
We have a turnover, and that gives us time to tell you tonight's Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC TV is driven by your helpful SoCal Honda dealers. That's a nice tie-up. With your Honda, you can get through that kind of traffic on the freeway.
Oh, nicely said there. Hunter Richardson down on the floor again, doing the dirty work for Coach Dunn.
Exactly 4 minutes to play. Third quarter. Lead is 5 for the host school, St. John Bosco. Brown again slicing inside. And an excellent rebound from Bora.
Good defense kept Brown from getting where he wanted to, forced him to use a tough shot with the offhand.
Martinez hits. Oh, he's got a beautiful jump shot. His first deuce of the second half, 18 on the night.
And the quickness means you've got to honor that drive to the basket. And then when he stops on a dime and has that little step-back jumper, that was pretty. And a much-needed basket. We're going to get a hold against, I think, Martinez against Richardson here. That stops all the action.
Bora is going to get a breather. The 7-footer is back on the floor, Hugo Clarkin.
But Bora played better, even though he might not have scored the ball. He did a nice job of being aggressive. That's a walk, I think.
It is. You would have made a wonderful official.
Oh, my
There's still time for you to go to
gracious.
officiating school.
If they give me a cart to get up and down the floor.
It's all about your eyes. You have good eyes. Make the right calls. A 3-ball could tie it for Martinez. We are deadlocked at 38-21 for Ian Martinez.
You are clairvoyant, Mr. Rosenblum. Right on cue. Martinez rises up and buries it. And it's been a long road back for the Lions, but they're even inside of 3. Travel again.
And another walk, this one against Hunter Richardson. And it was an 11-point deficit. That Jay Serra bench is alive. And I go back to that Bowman 3 right at the end of the half, which changed the momentum and put a positive spin on it for Jay Serra when they went back into the locker room.
That's a great point, because before that, not much good had happened for Jay Serra for a good 2.5, 3 minutes. And they just felt a little bit better about themselves, and they have played with a much more offensive efficiency here in this third quarter.
Bowman around the Clarkin pick. Williams accelerating. And there's a block against St. John Bosco. And there's the quickness of Justin Williams.
Yeah, you can see it when you watch him play. He has all of the physical attributes as far as a point guard's quickness, and he's strong. He's 6'3", and he's got a good upper body. So he's able to absorb contact. He just seems to have been lacking a little bit of confidence the last game and a half. But that time he went up strong to the rim. Got to knock down those foul shots, though, as both teams have had their share of misses.
Niarco's going to stay on the floor for Bosco with 3 fouls.
Be interesting to see if he can play foul-free.
Came right back to Williams. Well, he got hit there, no call. For a moment, it looked like Justin Williams got fouled again.
Yeah, and that would have been Niarco's 4th.
38 is the draw. Lewis, a foul against Jay Serra. The bench of the Lions not in agreement with that one.
Wow, that's a tough one, because they've been allowing a lot of bumping of the dribbler, but that time they felt it was excessive, and it's a fresh 35 for St. John Bosco.
More importantly, Martinez, the star, has picked up his 3rd. There's a great play by Chibom Bay, rejecting Niarco, who got it back.
And he and Bowman couldn't decide which one was going to start the break the other way, and they left the ball behind.
Yeah, you got to take that with you. That's a good idea. You want to have the basketball when you have a fast break. And you can see just about on every possession now, somebody's going to the floor. There's contact all over the building.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of free throws shot, I think, in the 4th quarter, as that is now the 6th team foul against Jay Serra. 5 team fouls for Bosco, and if they start blowing the whistle with more frequency than they had in the first half, I think you're going to have a free throw shooting contest in the 4th.
I like the ball in number 10's hands. Lamage Lewis, he has a dozen points.
Oh, he is a really good-looking combo guard. He can play the 1 or the 2.
That pass thrown into no man's land. And Williams has it for the 15-3 Jay Serra Catholic Lions with a chance to garner the advantage.
With this particular lineup for Coach Wilkinson and Jay Serra, the only 2 real scorers out there are 12 and 22.
Well, 12 trying to prove your point. Missed it. Long Karam taken in the corner by Lewis. Minute 20 to play. 3rd quarter. Lewis, boy, he's got those long strides. Didn't quite finish that time. Now 3-on-1 break. Martinez to the basket. He's had that one fall off. Normally, Ian Martinez would put that one away. It's gotten wild and woolly here the last couple of minutes.
It has. We had about a 2-minute stretch where they blew the whistle on everything, and now we've just had a number of possessions where they've not blown the whistle at all, and so the teams are getting after each other again like they did in the first half.
Richardson from 15 can't get it. There's the toughness of Estrada. Lewis for 3, back to the iron. It's over the bank board, but there's a foul inside, and again, bodies are flying, balls going up and over and out. Everything is happening here at the arena.
I think they got Blake Burzell for the foul, but look at the contact underneath between Niarco and Burzell. It looks like WWE under there. And Burzell gets the foul, and that'll put St. John Bosco in the bonus for the remainder.
There's Matt Dunn. He says he's picked up a few extra gray hairs in recent weeks with all these close games. Niarco's got a 1-1, 7th foul already in the second half against Jay Serra.
Well, I'm surprised Matt Dunn didn't lose some hair in that Servite game. We were keeping track of that while I was at Jay Serra, and they were down 9 with about a minute to go and somehow figured out a way to get it into overtime where they prevailed against the Friars.
Estrada gets the rebound off the free throw miss, and Niarco fumbling it in there. This has really been crazy basketball the last couple minutes.
Yeah, it's so physical that it's hard to get a shot up in the paint.
Basketball looks like it's greased. Nobody can control it except Ian Martinez all the way. And the basket for Martinez, who's got 23.
Wow. How is that not an and one? That was contact, extreme contact. Martinez played through it to get the hoop.
Yeah, he's so strong with the ball, and he got fouled going up, and when he went down, and there was no call. Lions take a 30-second timeout. You can see we're in the waning moments of the third quarter, and Jay Serra has turned this one around.
They are on an 18-5 run since almost the end of the second quarter, and Bosco's offense has just gotten stagnant. I think it's time for Coach Dunn to figure out a way to get Lamage Lewis and perhaps Ovalle some opportunities.
Maybe Josh Camper, too, because Camper was scoring early, and they've been able to limit him in recent moments, have the Lions. St. John Bosco, though, is a very tough team, especially on the home floor. They're certainly fully capable of bouncing back. Dane Persek,
yes,
number 41, a 6'5 sophomore. His twin brother, who's 3 minutes younger, is on the team. That's Austin. But we're going to see Dane for the first time tonight.
And Austin's in there as well. These are tough kids. They're transfers from Mater Dei, and they play with a certain physicality that is going to fit right in tonight.
Trying to protect some of the athletes that have 3 fouls. Now, Martinez has got 3, and he's not the only one. So they want to preserve him. And Martinez is off the floor in the final seconds of the quarter. Here's Camper for 3. He hits it. Josh Camper from half court. Williams won't get there. We have 8 minutes of precious basketball remaining in Bellflower. And the Camper 3-ball, the triple, has given St. John Bosco the lead heading to the 4th on KDOC.
Performance meets efficiency in the 2019 Nissan Altima, featuring the world's first BC turbo engine that can adapt in an instant to give you power when you want it and fuel efficiency when you need it. This is 2 engines in 1. This is Nissan Intelligent Mobility. Get a low $199 per month lease or get 0% financing for 36 months on the 2020 Nissan Altima.
Tough Shed buildings are designed to last through spring, summer, fall, or winter. For over 38 years, our teams have worked hard, manufacturing and installing Tough Shed quality in backyards across the country. Design your future shed, studio, or garage with our easy-to-use online tool at toughshed.com. Your storage needs don't stop with the changing seasons, and neither do we. So stop in, call for an appointment, or design a building online. Dream, design, build with Tough Shed.
The Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Visit them at pacificsurfliner.com and hug the coast. Excellent basketball game. Again, about an hour and 15 minutes ago when we started this, neither team could throw the ball in the ocean, but suddenly they started to hit. Ian Martinez got going for Jay Serra. St. John Bosco seen Lamage Lewis and Josh Camper step up, and going into the final 8 minutes, this Trinity League game could go either way.
Oh, it certainly could, and good call by you, Randy, on getting that shot to get the ball to Camper. They had only 5 points in 7.5 minutes in the third quarter before the Camper 3 to end the third.
Martinez, a clean look, couldn't hit it. Tipped in control by Winton Brown, although Chi Bombay got his hands on it. He is active for Jay Serra.
Oh, he has a huge vertical leap, and you can see the upper body strength. Just needs a little more experience.
Camper down low to Winton Brown, who'll back away after he saw that big body of Francesco Bora.
Yeah, good job by Bora to leave his man Niarco and close off Brown, who had ideas on getting all the way to the rim.
Camper got caught in the air, and because of it, Chi Bombay will jam it home.
Yes, he will. And that was a beautifully orchestrated run out. Martinez quickest to the ball and knew that Chi Bombay was coming. Perfect lead pass, and Jay Serra recaptures the lead.
7 minutes to play in regulation. You got to say regulation with Bosco because all their games going to overtime. There's another jump. The throwdown, the dunk from Niarco. Beautiful pocket passing.
Yes, a terrific recognition by Brown. We're going to get an and one opportunity for Niarco as Chi Bombay got caught reaching in. But Brown could have taken that shot and no one would have been upset. Instead, a beautiful pocket pass, as you said, Randy, to the cutting Niarco for the easy one.
Jeremiah Niarco, just a sophomore, and he converts the three-point play. Well, this one is heated up at the St. John Bosco Arena. Bora, the two-man game, the gorgeous pass again by Martinez. Boy, they work well together.
They do. That's a beautiful, that's just textbook screen roll and a perfectly delivered pass to Bora, who finished.
Thought I was watching the Lakers with LeBron getting it to Anthony Davis.
Oh, offensive foul, I think.
That is the call. Ball going back to the Lions. It's on Lewis. Now, Lamaj's got a great all-around game. But sometimes he goes a little one-on-one, and he will go inside, and he'll challenge everybody. So that can happen to him. He can pick up those charges.
No question about that. It might have been better served with a jump stop. He would have had about a 5-foot floater, but sometimes it's hard to stop your momentum, and a good job by Martinez to beat him to the spot.
The deadlock is 44. Pass straight out of bounds.
Jay Serra complaining that Brown didn't let Martinez get to the spot, but once again, a smart play by a smart player. Brown saw what was coming and sort of bodied Martinez off the floor, baseline side.
2 minutes into the final stanza. Lewis again with the left hand. Got the foul call, and Lamaj will go to the line. He's creative with the ball.
Yeah, he's very good going either left or right, and the lane on the left side kind of opened up for him. You'll see here there's no defender until Chimbambe got there a little bit late, and that'll be a two-shot opportunity or the 1+1. What did they rule there? I'm not sure where the foul came.
No, it was a two-shotter. He was putting it up there. Second foul on Justin Williams.
And the next foul on Jay Serra will be 2 shots every time, as that's their 9th team foul.
Braves by 1. Both coaches are up in front of their benches, exhorting their teams on and directing traffic. Pass inside. Chi Bombay! Williams with a dart.
A brilliant pass from Justin Williams, and Chi Bombay loaded up with that one. His head was by the rim.
Bora with the deflection. It's out of bounds to Jay Serra. And there's no question that the Lions defense in the second half and their passing has been brilliant in the second half. That's a thunderous dunk by Alpha Chi Bombay.
Shook the foundation.
Just fun to say, Chi Bombay.
And I think Jay Serra fans are going to say that a lot over the next 2.5 seasons. But good job by Bora that time to leave the paint, and when he showed out there, that caused the turnover.
46-45, and there's Chi Bombay. He put the ball on the ground, and because of it, he walked. That was a tough catch and move, and Chi Bombay says that's on me.
Yeah, and I think Coach Wilkinson is telling him just rise up and dunk it. If they follow you, they follow you. but he tried to avoid the contact, and that resulted in the travel.
One of the things that we've talked so much about Ian Martinez in his offensive game, and he's got 23 points. His passing ability, he's a sensational passer.
He has the entire skill set necessary to play Pac-12 basketball.
And he will at the University of Utah. Inside of 5 minutes to play. Bosco back by 1 in search of the advantage. Shot clock down to 7. With 6, Lewis goes to work, and he's bumped on the baseline by Bora. It was an easy play to call.
Yeah, that's a tough cover for Bora. The idea was sound. He wanted to get out there and show on the high screen, but that's a lot of space to try to cover someone as elusive as Lewis, and he just couldn't control his body well enough to avoid the contact. And Lewis will shoot now. Every free throw now, every foul now for Bosco will give him 2 shots, but you got to make them.
Lewis, a candidate for a Wingstop player of the game. Certainly Ian Martinez of Serra is a front runner for that award as well. Lewis again ties it. Who will take control in the final 4:40?
Williams and Martinez have a little conversation in the backcourt.
Of course, tomorrow night we have Sierra Canyon in a rematch against Rancho Christian. That'll be an 8 o'clock game, and we're going to get this kind of action again tomorrow night.
Ooh, they're trying to decide whether that's a foul or a held ball situation, and I don't think either referee feels very confident about what the call is going to be. They're going to say it's a foul.
It's on Lewis. Lamage pointing, saying, hey, I didn't do it.
I think Coach Wilkinson had a little bit something to do with that decision as well, as he was up and lobbying for it after the 2 officials decided to have a conference.
That's 3 on Lamage. Still a 1-and-1. And Martinez earns the bonus. 24 points for Ian Martinez.
Of course, began his high school career at Cantwell Sacred Heart, but this young man has blossomed the last couple of years.
Smooth at the charity strike. The lead is 2 for the visiting Lions.
Once
We'll
again,
see them down the road again on our KDOC Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week when they host Mater Dei. In fact, we'll have Mater Dei here next week against St. John Bosco.
Oftentimes, this is where Camper will shine.
The 3-ball from Camper. Got it! Oh, the rainbow triple by Josh Camper, as the professor is clairvoyant.
He's just such a clutch player.
Braves by 1. Bora won't shoot it from out there. Bowman can. Williams, the setup guy.
Awfully
15 on the shot clock.
Yeah, awfully close to the midcourt line that time.
Williams to Martinez on the base. The runner is gorgeous. Ian Martinez.
Rather than take it one dribble farther and maybe try to get a dunk, which would have resulted in probably an offensive foul, that jump stop and the rising up for the floater, that's next level kind of stuff from Martinez.
Serra by 1. 15 again on the shot clock, this time for Bosco. Home on the weave has Camper. The 3-ball. Winton Brown gets it in the paint. He had it stuffed back at him. It's out of bounds off of Serra. There's a timeout on the floor. Just above 3 minutes to play. A great finish brewing in Bellflower. Dunks galore on the Game of the Week on KDOC.
Guacamole double cheeseburger from Carl's Jr. is back for only $299.
It's $2.99. We forgot the decimal point.
Only $2.99? The guacamole double deal is back for only $2.99 at Carl's Jr.
From the Golden Coast and rolling hills to iconic cityscapes, this is a getaway that begins the moment you step on board. Experience an unforgettable train ride. Learn more at PacificSurfliner.com.
Hey, man. What are you doing?
I'm looking at my new Toyota.
Looks more like you're taking it easy.
I am taking it easy.
In your easy chair.
At the We Make It Easy sales event, they made it easy.
Did they throw in the chair?
No. I bought the chair.
It's a nice car.
Thank you.
We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Alex?
Yes.
Shakey's Pizza.
Yes.
Make new friends with Shakey's Dinner for Two. Right now, just $15.99. Shakey's, share the good times.
The guacamole double cheeseburger from Carl's Jr. is back for only $299.
It's $2.99. We forgot the decimal point.
Only $2.99? The guacamole double deal is back for only $2.99 at Carl's Jr.
The rematch is tomorrow. Sierra Canyon and Rancho Christian. Of course, Rancho Christian at the Damien Classic upset Sierra Canyon. That's very mild because those are two powerhouses. And right now, Rancho Christian is actually rated above Sierra Canyon off that victory. That should be a beauty.
Oh my gosh, those two teams, they could end up playing 4 times this year, but this will be the second time, and anytime those two teams with all of those Division I players hook up, I mean, it's like watching college basketball just maybe a year ahead of time.
For 2 years, maybe the NBA, because there's a lot of draft picks that'll be involved tomorrow night. Deflected out of bounds, and it's a turnover, and Jay Serra going to force that mistake, and Coach Dunn can't be pleased with that.
No, Chibambe deflected the inbound pass, and then it landed where the inbound passer was standing out of bounds when he touched it, so it's Lions basketball.
Up by 1, Martinez up to 27 points with the ball. Looking for more. Rebound Chibambe, and he's fouled going up. His leaping ability, he's got sensational hops.
Yeah, you have to check him. You can't just figure you're going to get the rebound. And as you can see there, both Holm and Nyarko don't pay any attention to number 10 in black, and Chibambe just slithers his way in. And if he's got inside position, he's getting the ball.
Lamage Lewis has 4 fouls, so he's going to have to be careful. Detonated on the iron, Chibambe somehow got that to fall in. He's smiling at the line.
Yeah.
He looked at the coach and smiled at the line.
That's the second time we've seen a ball hit that bracket and just die into the hoop. I mean, you never see that.
Well, yes, you do. We just did. How can you say it? Never. We just witnessed it. Let's see if he can do it again.
Oh, goodness. Oh.
He has got creativity at the free throw line. He's the Willie Mosconi from the free throw line. That's
nice.
Before anyone's
nice.
That's
Oh, goodness, I know who that is.
Nobody knows
that
who
was
that is.
well said.
This isn't billiards, Randy. This is basketball. Here's Camper, who's playing with 15 points. He's hit 4 threes tonight.
Good defense by Bowman, because Camper wanted that step-back 3. That time you could see it.
Lewis for the tie. Can hit it. Chibambe tips it to Bora. Bora gives it to the point guard, Williams.
First, Chibambe tipped it to Bora, and then Bora was very strong with the basketball. They weren't going to yank it out of his hand that time.
There's no question Martinez is the star, but Chibambe, number 10 with the ball, has really given Jay Serra a terrific lift. The lob for Chibambe underneath, and he lost it out of bounds in traffic. But he is really doing a wonderful job working hard for the Lions.
Yeah, just became eligible, so you know that as the season progresses, he's going to get more minutes. But what a great defensive play by Hunter Richardson with his back to the play. He saw the ball coming, and like a good defensive back, he was able to deflect it, or that would have been a dunk.
Will St. John Bosco have their 3rd consecutive overtime game? Lewis scores. Oh, Lamage Lewis with a big-time finish. And a foul. We're even at 51.
Wow, I'm not sure where the foul is there, but a really good move and a stop and pop for Lewis from the mid-range. But he'll get a chance for the 3-point play and recapture the lead.
Foul was given to Justin Williams, the point guard, with the ball. Number 3 has 3 fouls. 52-51 for St. John Bosco. After the three-point play from Lewis, gives his club the lead. Martinez going to work, and he's able to draw the foul. That's all he really wanted.
Yeah, he wanted to run screen and roll to Chibambe, but then when Alpha didn't catch it cleanly, Martinez came to the young sophomore and said, get it back to me, which he did. And then Martinez created for himself that time and will shoot a pair.
Another overtime game for St. John Bosco. They'll change the name from the Braves to the St. John Bosco Overtimers.
Well, they certainly have experience in this matter.
Well, we're not there yet. 52-51 for St. John Bosco. $1:31 to play. Coach Matt Dunn in his 5th year. Everyone's trying to buy a call.
Oh, yeah. Well, and now with both teams going to be shooting on every foul that isn't a player control foul.
He's discussing, because if this foul goes against Lewis, he's finished for the night. He's playing with 4.
And they're going to call it on Winton Brown instead. Matt's a little upset at the referees.
I think they gave it to Lewis. I think they gave it to Lamage Lewis, and Matt wants it on Winton Brown. I think so. Lewis would be done. I think that's why he's so irate.
Yeah, you're right. I'm a little confused on the scoreboard as well, but I think they have changed it to Lewis on the scoreboard. But I think one of our officials came over and said to the J. Serra bench that's on number 5. But they didn't change it, so that is indeed all for Lewis, and that's what got Matt Dunn all upset.
Sure, he's lost his great score for the final minute 31. He does have a 1-point lead, but perched at the charity stripe is the sensational Ian Martinez, all-CIF D1 a year ago.
But here's where the St. John Bosco depth will come in. You hate to see Lewis out of the game, but they've certainly got guys who can score the ball, and Ovalle comes in to replace Lewis, and he's just as capable of creating offensive excellence as Lewis is. It's just the defensive end that maybe Lewis is a bit better.
First one ties it. Martinez for the lead. 29 points for Ian, and a 1-point advantage for Jay Serra. Here's the man who can really shoot the money ball, Josh Camper.
Good show by Bora to keep Camper from just rising up on the high screen from home.
Camper penetrating and kicking to Brown and out to Ovalle. Tip. Brown has it, and he's fouled. And Winton Brown will go back to the free throw line, looking to give St. John Bosco the lead once again.
Always in the right place. Winton Brown with just a knack. He came from a long way to get involved in the play, but Holm battled against 2 Lion defenders. Isaiah Holm kept the play alive.
Bora picked up his 4th as Brown toes the stripe and ties it. 68 intense seconds left. This one for the advantage. Braves by 1.
Oh, absolutely cool as a cucumber is Brown with 2 big free throws to give him the lead with a minute to go.
Martinez sifting through traffic. And 1. No, it's going the other way. It's going against Ian Martinez.
Oh,
he thought he had a 3-point play, and it goes against him.
Boy, it's the toughest call in basketball, the charge or the block. They're going to call it a charge. Jay Serra coaching staff is irate. I'm not sure Camper was set. Looked like he was sliding a touch to me, but the ref saw it the other way, and that is maybe a game-changing call.
Well, Ian Martinez thought he had a basket that would give his Lions the lead. Ian has 29 tonight. He's been spectacular. That was a great finish. But that contact cost him, but he can really burn you from downtown.
He can score from anywhere on the court. The 3-point shot, the mid-range, he can take it to the basket and finish. Certainly a great get for Utah, and he's I think he's going to play early and often in Utah, and he has been as good as advertised tonight, making shots from absolutely anywhere, playing through contact. Ian Martinez has been a star tonight for Jay Serra.
There's no question who our win-stop player of the game will be if Jay Serra wins. A little bit more intrigued. There's been more contributors on the St. John Bosco side. And for the moment, the host Braves have the upper hand. And Jay Serra 0-1 in the Trinity League. Bosco 1-0. So Jay Serra, the last thing they want to do is lose 2 to start the league season.
It's so tough because you got 2 games left with Mater Dei, and then I think most people feel that the Trinity League, because of the reputation and the excellence of it, will get 2 out of the 8 more than likely in the open division, but they won't get 3. So you've got to finish 1 or 2, and that's a tall order when you start the Trinity campaign 0-2.
Final 58 seconds. Bosco basketball leading by 1.
Now, if you're the Braves, I would think you'd try to maybe get Camper off a screen. They're going to let Ovalle handle the basketball, and then Matt Dunn didn't like the looks of that at all, and he calls a timeout.
Well, the KDOC schedule, and we have some terrific basketball ahead for you. Obviously, we have next Friday night at 7:30 right here, Mater Dei, who I think's got a terrific club. They return all their starters. Devin Askew, the point guard, is sensational. He's on his way to Kentucky against the St. John Bosco team. Then we go into the Big West, and Riverside's playing well, and UC Irvine coming close in a lot of games. About a 500 team right now, but the Anteaters figure to improve.
Well, the Big West looks as up for grabs as it has been in many a season, and UC Riverside, one of the improved teams along, I think, with Cal State Northridge. And so no gimme there for the Anteaters as Riverside looks to get an early advantage in Big West Conference play. Both those games should be great. Last year, Mater Dei at Bosco, which we had here on KDOC, was tremendous.
And, of course, it went into overtime. That's all Bosco plays, right? Here it's a 1-point game. Near travel. Brown able to hold his pivot foot. Down to 14 on the shot clock, 37 on the game clock. Camper will go to work. He's the ball handler. He's the skilled playmaker. Trapped in the corner, though. You don't want to be there. Ovalle.
Got to shoot it.
The 3 ball with 1 on the shot clock. It's out of bounds. 21 seconds left. Jay Serra basketball with an opportunity to garner the advantage.
Wow, that was a tough possession for Bosco. They finally got the ball to Camper, the guy who makes the good decisions, but it took a while, and then he got trapped in the corner and had no outlet. Nobody from Bosco cutting to the basket off the ball to give him somewhere to go with the basketball.
No timeout yet by Serra. We'll see if Coach Wilkinson elects to call one. He wants the ball in Martinez's hands. Martinez against the double team, able to feed inside, and Boris scores. The Lion fans are up.
Got to hurry. Oh, timeout, Bosco. A magnificent effort by Martinez and a good off-the-ball cut by Bora. Didn't get caught watching the play.
And again, that's the passing ability of Ian Martinez. He's so creative passing the basketball. You talk about all the great players, the Larry Birds over the years, the Magic Johnson, their ability to pass the basketball when they're double teamed like that. And that was just beautiful, beautiful work by Martinez. There's J.C. Catholic's schedule. The loss to Santa Margarita snapped a 14-game winning streak.
Yeah, that was a bit of a stunner because Jay Serra's got a lot of quality wins that you don't see on that schedule. They beat Capo Valley. That's the only loss for the Cougars. They beat Mayfair. They beat St. Augustine, from the best team in San Diego. They beat Sheldon there, as you can see. Sheldon is probably going to be the open division representative from Northern California, so that is a quality win. That's why the Santa Margarita game. Congratulations to Coach Bell and the Eagles, though, for playing as well as they can possibly play to pull the upset. But now, if you're Coach Dunn, you've got 5.5 seconds, and you've got to get the ball. They're going to make them bring it the length of the court.
Yeah, Gallegos has come in. John Gallegos, a 6'3" senior guard.
I would think Camper would be the guy.
Oh, I don't think there's any question. You get it in his hands, and he'll bring it up.
But Hunter Richardson made a long NBA 3 at the end of regulation against Servite that was ruled just a touch late, so it went into overtime. But Richardson has the ability to shoot from 25, 27 feet as well.
And Jason Gagnon surprisingly seen action the first time tonight.
That's kind of amazing, unless he's going to set a screen.
Well, he has the ball, and now they take the timeout.
Jay Serra wanted to walk on Gallegos. They're not going to get it. They're going to get the timeout, but I'm not sure if that was the design of the play, was just to get the ball up to half court. But
yeah, they just wanted to advance the ball, get a little bit closer.
That wasted 2 valuable seconds when you only have 5.
And the St. John Bosco schedule coming up. See the 2 overtime victories, and then some really tough teams coming up.
A lot of close games. This team plays a ton of close games, and of course we had the St. Anthony win on KDOC, but they've played it as tough a schedule as anybody to get them ready for Trinity League play. But it doesn't get any easier because the Monarchs are coming to town next week.
It's going to be fun. We're going to be back in this building next Friday for that one. Of course, join us tomorrow night for Sierra Canyon and Rancho Christian, 2 of the premier teams, not only in Southern California, but in the state of California. Of course, Sierra Canyon under Andre Savati has won the last 2 Open Division state titles, and more timeouts are coming.
Yeah.
You can see Coach Wilkinson wants a full timeout.
Well, they wanted to see who was going to be on the floor for St. John Bosco. Now, if I'm Coach Wilkinson, and he was a wonderful 6'10 player at both Capital and USC, I'm putting one of my long-arm guys, either Bora or Clarkin, on the inbound passer. I am not going to let that be an easy throw-in and let Bosco run whatever it is that Coach Dunn is drawing up. Take a look at the most recent Southern Section top 10. And wow, I mean, there's some awfully good teams there. But Rancho Christian, by virtue of their win over Sierra Canyon, leaps over the Trailblazers. Corona Centennial, the surprise of the entire season so far, definitely deserving of the 2 spot. Etiwanda, who has lost 2 very close games, or they'd be undefeated, sitting there at 14-2. Mater Dei, who we'll see next week at the 5 spot. 2 of these teams are not going to make, maybe 3 are not going to make the Open Division. And I don't know who you kick out, because Santa Clarita Christian in Division 2 AA certainly will get some Open Division consideration.
Saw Windward the other night do a good job and take out a decent Crossroads team. And that's an impressive young Windward basketball team. Here, there's 3 seconds left, and Coach is up again, wants another timeout, Keith Wilkinson. No reason to hold on to him, I guess. He just wants to see every move.
Yes.
This is a chess match now between Wilkinson and Dunn.
2 really good coaches battling wits here on this last possession. Now, on that particular play, they had Chibam Bay guarding the inbound passer, he with the excellent vertical.
Again, we have the big one tomorrow night, Rancho Christian and Sierra Canyon.
Rancho Christian hasn't lost in a long time. Now, Sierra Canyon, a lot of travel for the Trailblazers. They went out to Minnesota and got worked pretty good by Minnehaha, who happens to have 2 McDonald's All-Americans, so not an embarrassing loss here. Here we go.
3 seconds to play. Gallegos having trouble getting it in to home for the win. It just bounced out. And Jay Serra Catholic comes into Bellflower and wins it 55-54.
Oh, but how close can you be without making it? He hit the rim 4 times and fell off.
Home can't believe it. We're going to come back, meet our player of the game, Jay Serra, with a dramatic 55-54 victory on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC.
You've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Performance meets efficiency in the 2019 Nissan Altima, featuring the world's first BC turbo engine that can adapt in an instant to give you power when you want it and fuel efficiency when you need it. This is 2 engines in 1. This is Nissan Intelligent Mobility. Get a low $199 per month lease or get 0% financing for 36 months on the 2020 Nissan Altima.
I am Costanza, Lord of the Idiots.
Who are you, George Costanza?
Got who I am. Who am I? I'm the bad boy. My name's Buck Naked. I'm a porno writer. Art Vanderlei. People are always saying to me, you know, you're quite a character.
I'm really sorry.
I was in the pool!
Seinfeld, tonight at 11 on KDOC-TV, Los Angeles.
Trailing by 11 points in the first half, Jay Serra storms back and wins here at St. John Bosco 55-54. And our Wingstop player of the game, unquestionably, is Ian Martinez with 29 points for the Victors.
He was magnificent throughout the game, not only scoring but distributing the basketball for key baskets. He has been their leader all season long, and he brought them back from that big deficit. But the difference between winning and losing in the Trinity League is razor thin, because that potential game-winning shot by Isaiah Holm hits the rim 4 times and falls off, and Jay Serra prevails.
Well, we figured to have another game like this tomorrow night with Rancho Christian and Sierra Canyon. Now, we just found out they backed that start up from 7:30 to 8 o'clock. So we'll show you a different graphic. Rancho Christian, Sierra Canyon. Now we're going to be on the air on KDOC at 8 o'clock. It'll come down to the wire again, I'm sure. For the Professor Paul Westfall, I'm Randy Rosenbaum, and our entire David Otta crew. You had to enjoy this one. What a great finish in Bellflower. Jay Serra, the Lions, come into the Den and win 55-54 over St. John Bosco. So long. We'll see you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on KDOC.
Not two as they actually were. Black, not white as they actually were. And then, said Roger, they took his driver's license, told him they'd know if he or Pam ever told the truth, and if that happened, they'd hunt him down and they'd kill him. And then the two men left. Roger and Pam waited a while, got out of the zip ties, and Roger ran upstairs while Pam dialed 911 and was on the phone with the operator when Roger found his father in the upstairs bathroom.
And I saw my father kneeling over the bathtub. His feet were tied and his head was down in the bathtub.
Inconceivable. Tough, resilient, armed to the teeth Kay, murdered with his own kitchen knife? What a story. Eric Knutson, then a sergeant with the Utah County Sheriff's Office, was assigned as one of the lead detectives. He was sitting in the office when, from up at the house, the first officer to talk to Pam and Roger called him.
And said, you know, something isn't right here. It seems from his perception that maybe some things were staged or some things were just not what he would think would be normal for a crime as heinous or as vicious as this.
Something about that bizarre story didn't sit right. He just couldn't put his finger on it. Not yet, anyway.
Coming up, problem was that bizarre story got weirder by the minute.
They had purple gloves on.
And they had blue fuzzy gloves.
When Dateline continues.
He's a Greek god.
This is the essence.
We make Greek yogurt. It's silkier than Zeus's pajamas. I bet they're soft. The perfect fit.
Possibly the best yogurt in the world.
Doing the things we love can be painful. Aspercream's triple effect provides targeted relief, works in minutes, lasts for hours. Love hurts. Aspercream works.
You know Credit Karma can show us how we can improve our credit? Takes 2 minutes.
Then we can get out of this tiny apartment.
And into a house.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll be in my office.
Download the free Credit Karma app now.
I am totally blind. And Non-24 can make me show up too early or too late or make me feel like I'm not really there. Talk to your doctor and call 844-234-2424.
A better grip. Right when you need it. The 2020 Nissan Altima has tech you can't get in a quarter Camry, like available intelligent all-wheel drive. This is instant confidence. This is Nissan Intelligent Mobility. Get a low $199 per month lease or get 0% financing for 36 months on the 2020 Altima.
We are a AAA family. I was introduced through my family. My husband was introduced through his family. We had the same insurance company for a long time, and we were fed up with paying a lot of money. We decided to go check out AAA insurance. We were shocked of how much we would save.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $508 on auto insurance. Compare that to Geico, State Farm, even Allstate. Call now for your free auto insurance quote to find out how much you could save.
By switching to AAA insurance and bundling our insurance policies, we're able to save over $450. The savings that we get through AAA insurance enables us to do more of what we love. More gas in our car for driving up north to go camp. You do s'mores. You can't lose with s'mores. Yeah.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 877-797-7927 for your free auto insurance quote today. AAA Insurance, helping you save more.
Louie, you've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time, every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
On the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week, Bronny James and the Sierra Canyon Trailblazers are out for revenge after their loss to the Rancho Christian Eagles. Tune in tomorrow for this epic rematch. Sierra Canyon versus Rancho Christian, live at 8 p.m. on KDOC TV Los Angeles.
The death of Kay